Cooking shows have captivated audiences worldwide with their tantalizing dishes, dramatic competitions, and mouth-watering culinary creations. From the sizzling pans of MasterChef to the whirlwind ingredient battles of Chopped, these shows make food the star of the show. But have you ever wondered what happens to all that food once the cameras stop rolling? Welcome to Eat to Know. Today, we will dive into the fascinating backstage world of food management on cooking shows and uncover where those delectable dishes and leftover ingredients actually end up. Crew chow time. If there's one universal truth about TV production crews, it's this: they're always hungry. After hours of filming under blazing studio lights, with the tantalizing smell of gourmet dishes wafting through the air, the crew doesn't just stroll to the catering table, they practically sprint. On shows like MasterChef and Chopped, the judges might get the first taste, but the crew isn't far behind. Think of it as one of the hidden perks of working on a cooking show: free, top-tier leftovers. Producers are often seen diving into desserts, while sound engineers stealthily grab a plate of freshly grilled salmon during their breaks. But let's be honest, not all dishes are edible after hours of being showcased under hot lights. Some plates, like wilted salads or congealed sauces, might be better suited for an art display than a dinner plate. Still, for the crew, it's a tradition and a fun part of the job. Who wouldn't want to indulge in lobster thermometer, even if it was meant for a losing contestant? Forget takeout, this is gourmet on demand, with a sprinkle of behind-the-scenes camaraderie. Ingredient reuse and recycling. Ever wondered how cooking shows manage to keep their pantries bursting with fresh and exotic ingredients, even after multiple episodes? The secret lies in smart reuse and recycling. Non-perishable staples like flour, spices, and canned goods are stored for future episodes, while perishables such as fruits, vegetables, and proteins are carefully monitored and rotated to prevent spoilage. This ensures that the pantry is always camera-ready without excessive waste. Shows like Chopped, notorious for their elaborate ingredient baskets, sometimes face challenges due to the sheer volume of food brought in for filming. Producers even joke about having the world's fanciest compost pile. However, the team takes great care to catalog any reusable items, creating a system that's equal parts efficient and sustainable. It's like meal prepping, but for a culinary production army, an army that demands truffle oil, Wagyu beef, and the finest caviar. Donations to charities. Here's where the culinary world serves up some real heartwarming moments. Many cooking shows, particularly in the US, donate surplus food to local charities and food banks. For instance, MasterChef partners with organizations like Meet Each Need with Dignity in Los Angeles, ensuring that leftover pantry items find their way to those in need. This practice not only reduces waste, but also provides meaningful contributions to the community. Prepared food, however, poses a greater challenge due to stringent health and safety regulations. To avoid potential lawsuits over improperly handled dishes, only select items are donated. Despite these hurdles, when executed correctly, these donations can feed hundreds, offering a tangible impact beyond the entertainment value of the show. So the next time you see a contestant sweating over a souffle, remember, even if it doesn't wow the judges, it might just wow someone in need. Legal and health considerations. Before you envision trucks full of leftovers heading straight to food banks, let's pause for a reality check. Legal red tape. Health and safety laws often dictate what can and cannot be donated. Dishes that have been left under studio lights for hours or partially handled during filming can pose significant risks, including contamination. These factors make it tricky to donate prepared meals, no matter how delicious they look on screen. To address these challenges, cooking shows often enlist food safety experts who meticulously oversee what qualifies for donation. While prepared dishes might not always make the cut, items like fresh produce, bread, and unopened packaged goods are frequently donated. It's a fine balance between generosity and caution, with the priority being to ensure no one falls ill from a questionable batch of risotto. It's like the golden rule of leftovers: better safe than sorry, especially when you're feeding the masses. Specialized shows with a focus on leftovers. Not all food shows end with leftovers, some start with them, turning yesterday's forgotten dinner into today's culinary masterpiece. Take Netflix's Best Leftovers Ever, for example. This show takes what most of us would toss into the trash: half-eaten chicken, a lonely portion of spaghetti, and challenges contestants to transform it into dishes that look like they belong on a 5-star menu. Watching chefs whip up gourmet meals from limp vegetables and day-old rice is oddly inspiring. Who knew that soggy lasagna lurking in the back of your fridge could have Michelin star potential? But it's not all about showmanship. This series has a deeper purpose. By proving that leftovers can be both delicious and creative, it educates viewers on reducing food waste. It's an eye-opener for anyone who's ever thrown out perfectly good food just because they didn't feel like eating it again. So before you toss those mashed potatoes, think twice. They might just be the foundation for your next culinary triumph. International practices. The way leftovers are handled varies greatly across the globe, offering fascinating insights into cultural attitudes toward food. In the UK, it's quite common for crew members to take home unused ingredients. Imagine leaving work with a bag of fresh truffles or organic produce. It's like grocery shopping without spending a penny. Prepared food, however, often stays on set to feed the hardworking crew, ensuring it doesn't sit out too long or go to waste. Meanwhile, in Japan, leftovers from cooking shows serve an educational purpose. Culinary schools sometimes receive these ingredients, allowing students to practice their skills with real, high-quality food. It's a win-win situation. The students get hands-on experience, and the leftovers find a purpose beyond the plate. This approach blends practicality with sustainability, making it a brilliant example of how to repurpose resources creatively. It's recycling with a generous helping of education. America's Test Kitchen approach. At America's Test Kitchen, precision is everything, even when it comes to managing leftovers. The show operates like a well-oiled machine, ensuring that no ingredient goes to waste. Edible food is made available to staff, while unused items are tracked through a meticulous recirculation program. This approach not only reduces waste, but also maintains the show's high standards of food safety. Inevitably, some scraps and unusable items end up in the compost, but don't let that discourage you. America's Test Kitchen prides itself on being one of the most environmentally conscious kitchens in the business. Their efforts include sustainable practices like composting and reducing their carbon footprint, proving that even in the world of television, sustainability isn't just a trend, it's a priority. For them, waste management isn't just a behind-the-scenes task. It's an extension of their commitment to good food and responsible cooking. The role of food stylists. Before you drool over that perfectly plated steak on screen, remember this: it might not be real. Food stylists often use tricks to make dishes look more appetizing. Think motor oil instead of syrup, or mashed potatoes dyed to look like ice cream. These camera-ready creations are visually stunning, but definitely not edible. After filming, these prop dishes are usually tossed out. While it might seem wasteful, the reality is that no one wants to eat a pie that's been sprayed with hairspray. It's a small price to pay for those mouth-watering visuals that keep us glued to the screen. And there you have it, the juicy, sometimes hilarious, behind-the-scenes scoop on what really happens to food after cooking shows end. If you found this fascinating, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Until then, stay curious, stay hungry, and we'll catch you in the next one.